stack of Yamaha Natural Sound CDC-625. Now, any Yamaha 5-disc CD player is money on eBay because it was made in the early 90s. This one was in 1992. And again, it needs to be the natural sound and preferably the play exchange. What happens with these is there's a belt for the tray that gets driven in and out to load the CDs, and it breaks. And usually what happens then is people don't really know how to fix these. It's a super easy, quick fix. So I got this off of eBay in parts not working condition for $35.36. Here's the snapshot of that. And as it said in the listing, which most of these listings do, power's up, tray will not move, makes a little noise sometimes, etc. And that's code for the belt is broken, and all you need to do is put a $1 belt in there, and it usually works. The CD laser in these things are legendary, and they're bulletproof. So let's test this out, show you how it goes. Power's up as per the listing. It's searching right now, so that's a good sign on this unit. There are no discs in here, I don't think, unless it's shipped with one. It's going to go through some sequences. But anyway, we're going to try to open up the tray. And you can hear a lot of rattling in there, but nothing's happening in the open mode. Let's get the top of this thing off. Okay, so let's get the tray off here. It just pulls out on the side, slide it back. So that's what it looks like. It's a massive 5-disc tray in here. What's nice about this is since there probably isn't a belt, you can just push this out without any problem and get a good look at what's going on the inside here. So here's what we've got. We've got the motherboard and all the electronics in this. Underneath here, we've got the CD laser. It's a little hard to see, but it's underneath there. And on this side right here is where the belt and motor is for opening the tray back and forth. There's a large pulley on the back side here that drives this tray back and forth here. So what we need to do to get that successfully out is to take this quarter turn plastic bolt out and do the same over here to this one. So let's get those out. So again, it's just a quarter turn, counterclockwise, pull it out, set it aside, do the same over here, quarter turn. And then the only other thing we have to do here is, on this side, we've got this ribbon cable. So just carefully wiggle this thing right there with that green ribbon cable. Wiggle it out, set it to the side. And now we can pull the tray out without any effort. Try not to snag the ribbon cable on the way out. And so, in fact, we look in here and there is no belt. There's a little piece of it right there from the old one. So we'll look through here and clean this up and put a new belt on. So all we're going to do now is clean this up. We're going to look for belt parts in here. So there's one. There's another. And it's going to be almost like grease. Kind of sticky. Don't see the rest of the belt in there, so let's get some isopropanol and a Q-tip. Okay, so now we're ready for a new belt. You can, on these rails, you can put some polyolefin grease for plastic parts and gears, clean everything up. But for right now, I'm just going to show you how to test if this was the problem. And so now we have a belt. This belt actually came from another sacrificial unit that had severe problems. It's in good shape, but you can also just get these online generically and find one that fits. So we'll put that on. So let's see if this will actually turn. So you can see it's spinning now. So let's turn that off. Let's put the tray back in. Okay, so let's reinstall the tray and get the ribbon cable hooked back up. So carefully put the ribbon cable back through. Line the tray up on the guides. You have to give it a little more because now we have the belt on the drive motor and the gear pulley. We've got the ribbon cable hooked back up. Let's gently push it all the way to the back until it clicks. And then let's reinstall our quarter turn plastic bolts. Give them a quick click. Let's turn it back on. Confirm that it opens. It does. So let's load this thing up now. So this is the nice thing about this unit, 5 discs. So we're just going to put some discs in here randomly. Not going to play it very long. Don't want to get hit with copyright, but I'll show you how this machine works. We're going to do kind of a quick test here. So we put it back in, and it's going to start playing. So let's hit play. Okay, disc 1 works. Let's go to disc 3. Disc 3 works. Let's go back to disc 2. All right, let's go to disc 4. Unit sounds great through the amplifier. All right, that works. We'll go to disc 5, it's empty. It's not going to like that, so it automatically searches and resets back to disc 1. We're going to let that queue up. And now I'm going to show you the play X function of this. I turned the sound down. What you can do now is this disc is playing, and you can hit the play X function. And now you can switch some disc around. So, we got an empty hole on disc 5, so we put a new disc in there. Just to show you that this unit is still playing. So there's the disc still playing with the tray open. Super cool feature. So we can put that in there. We'll get the sound going again. We'll go to disc 5. It now has music in it. Let's see if it'll skip a track or two. Sure does. Let's go a couple more. So we've stopped the unit now. Let's make sure that everything works again here with the tray. It's working nice and smooth. And there you go. Simple, easy fix. Got a vintage 5-disc CD player working great. Not much else to do other than to clean it and put the top back on it. Okay, so we got the cover back on this to really amp up this repair and take it to the next level. I sourced a authentic Yamaha remote control for this unit off of eBay. It cost me about $15 or so. So, you know, I got $50 in this. This is a vintage piece of electronics. They don't make it like this anymore. Plays great. I can keep it. I can give it as a present to somebody. Lots of options here. I can resell it if I want to. Really happy with how this turned out. Hope you enjoyed it. Simple, easy repair, not much money to get a highly functioning piece of vintage electronics. And you know, what we've done here is we've repaired this instead of replacing it, so we've kept it out of the landfill. Really happy about that. And as always, get it done with what you got. Thanks for tuning in. See ya.